Hello everyone, my name is Padar. This is my channel and I have got a beautiful topic for you today. So let's learn with a specific idea. Very simplest way I'll explain you best uses of simple present tense. Yes, it's not the based on grammar sense, rather I will give you a very nice idea how you can capture and use in your day-to-day life. And I have got a very nice idea for you today how you can speak up. Let's go. So here at first, I would like to draw your attention about the structures. It's active voice structures. The best one is subject, then V1 and V5 is all about present verb, then object and complements. And if you are confused with V5, then use this formula V1 plus S, ES, IES equal to V5 form. And another part I would like to tell you over here, the best techniques that you can apply is your structures with examples, right? I watch YouTube. She makes money from business. He, she, it or singular noun. S noun and singular noun with V5 form. Only in the positive sense of active voice structures in simple present. Alright. Now let's ion about passive voice structures. Here you notice subject plus is MR plus V3 then by plus object. By plus object is not compulsory, but most of the cases we need to go by that. How passive is formed, so I have a special class on the passive. On previous videos you can watch it also. But again, I would like to draw your attention. Here, subject plays active role in active voice. Here, passive plays active role. So here, the object of active voice is a subject of passive voice. Remember, once again I repeat, object of active voice is subject of passive voice, and subject of active voice is a object of passive voice. So this is the only change, object and subject, and we have got a voice change only. So here we have very nice idea. This work is done by him. So this is a person where by him this work is done. So he does this work and this work is done by him. That is only way. So subject means I, we, you, they, he, she, it, 7 subject. It's all about your personal pronoun. And object is me, us, you, them, him, her, it. So I, me, we, us, you, they, them, he, him, she, her, it. This is the object form. Object is used after a verb. Remember, complements means rest of words which completes a sentence. Don't get confused over this line. Okay? Okay, so now let's go for another examples. Noun can be a subject or an object in sentence. In any sentence, as we are going to use this pronoun, so we can take the help of noun as a subject and object also. This is the beauty of this one. And we will learn more about simple present tense, note 1. This is a very important part, and I have decided to give you all the notes in a series of videos so you can keep learning by this video. So focus here, simple present tense is used to talk about habitual, regular, repeated action. Remember, habitual, regular, repeated actions, it is also used in most of actions which are not done. Generally we don't do that, okay? Or we never do. Alright? Like I never smoke cigarette. I never drink alcohol. That's the way. Okay. So habitual action means my daily routine, my timetable, regularly what I do, regular actions and repeated actions similar to this habitual actions. So now I have drawn a line. This line is all about your timeline. We have 3 times, okay, present, past, futures. So this is the present form. We are going to focus this area. Is the past, that action started in the past. The future action moves towards future. The present things which is happening. So what is happening in the present, we are going to talk about it. Alright. So action started in the past and touches the area of present and still continues in the present. Okay. So action started in the past and still continuing or still continues in the present and moves towards future. So what is all about it? This graph represents an action started in the past and still continues in the present and moves towards futures. Yes, moves towards futures and still continues. Remember, this is the key factor of it. And here it's all about long time action, which is long term. All right. And here still continues. One example for all of you. Okay, look at this one. I wake up at 5 o'clock early in the morning every day. Every day is our time expressions and wake up is our action verb. So now we can notice how and understand about it specifically. So you can notice that as wake up is our verb, subject plus V1 form. Here 5 o'clock is our time and is the regular time expression for this tense. Now understand this one. I wake up, this is my habit, and here this habit started in the past some years ago and still continues. It may continue near future and stop somewhere. So we need to understand every kind of habitual action, regular action, repeated action what we have today. It's not the present one. It started in the past and still continues, and it is continuing from a long period of time. Alright, and still. So that's why it is called habitual, regular and repeated actions. Alright. So understand this graph and remember, create a picture in the mind to speak about it. And here, let me give you a few more examples. I write short story, means here I write story daily. Fine, I write short story also, you can speak. No problem at all. So I write story daily. Okay. So here, this is my habitual action. We play the chess sometimes. You make painting often. They do exercise every day. He reads many books very often. She feeds at she here there is a little change that she feeds her. This is had the spelling mistakes over here. Let me correct it immediately. And yeah, I should not give you any botheration. Fine. No botheration. Thanks. Okay. Thanks a lot for this actions. Okay. Here. She feeds her pet 3 times in a day. Alright. And here it is. He speaks 5 languages in our state. It rains here many a time. So this is best examples of habitual action, regular action and repeated action. So now notice over here sentence structures, how we can build up sentence. For active voice, simple present tense. Here the best part, we have 4 sentences. One of them is positive. Just go by this best structure, subject plus V1 or V5 plus object or complement. Now V1 means present verb, like go and gone. The go is our present verb. And goes, when we put S, ES, IES with V1, that becomes V5 for he, she, it, and any singular noun in the only positive case. Okay. Negative. So subject plus don't and doesn't. Now these 2 things are our helping verb. Main verb is V1, present verb. Okay. And here we have to go for object or complement. So I, we, you, they, don't. He, she, it, doesn't. Singular noun, doesn't. Plural noun, don't, as a subject. Alright, great. Positive interrogative. Do or does plus subject plus V1, object or complement. Now you need to understand where we use don't, there we have to go do, we have to go use do. Where we use doesn't, we have to take care of does with that. Once again I repeat, do I, do we, do you, do they, do plural noun. Does he, does she, does it, does singular noun. Then V1. Alright, this is a positive questions, positive interrogative and question both are same. Now negative interrogative is don't and doesn't plus subject plus V1. Then object or complement. Sometimes we get object, sometimes we don't get object in sentence. It differs to the verb form. If verb is transitive, then object is required. If verb is intransitive, complement is required. Okay, this is simply which complements means rest of words to complete a sentence. One more beautiful example with the only object. I do it, I don't do it, do I do it, don't I do it. So this shows my regular actions. Okay. But we have to put only time expressions. She doesn't do it. Does she do it? Doesn't she do it? This is a form that we need to go by the structures. And passive structures. Passive is subject plus is MR, then V3. Then V3 means past participle verb like taken, done, educated, maintained, right? Here go born, learn, learned, learned. That is a V3. Alright. Now here negative is only not. Is, am, are, then not. Subject remains same. Then V3 by plus object remains same, but by is not compulsory, but most of the cases we use and most of the cases we don't use. It depends, because if the communication is in sense, then no need to go by that. Like this work is done. So we know by whom the work is done. Right. Next is positive interrogative form. Is, am, are, then subject. So first you have to introduce your auxiliary verb before the subject, then rest remains same. So here negative interrogative means negative questions. To give extra emphasis, we create negative interrogative questions. So is a part of language. Now isn't and aren't, but no amn't. Amn't is wrong English, aren't is correct English, or am I not? Alright, with the help. Only in the case of I. So now isn't and aren't plus subject plus V3 plus by plus subject. This is the point that we can go by that. And I have created a page of Learn English Confidently on Facebook. There I have posted a very nice part of which is correct. Aren't I or amn't I? So you can check and comment also. Okay, fine. Now positive questions, positive part of sentence. Now from positive structure, positive example. This plus means positive. This book is written by him. Okay, it means he writes a book. He writes this book and this book is written by him. Okay. Now this book is not written by him. Means he doesn't write this book and this book is not written by him. Is this book written by him? Okay. Does he write this book? Okay. Now in the active form and the passive is such. Isn't this book written by him? Okay. Doesn't he write this book? Now in this way we can create our passive structures with examples. So these are very important part of your formal English written communication. So passive plays a vital role. Alright. So now focus time expressions using simple present tense. Time expression. There are beautiful time expressions that we need to understand, like at the time of speaking English with simple present structures. I recommend all of you to use this one so you can really beautify your English. So daily, every day, once, twice in a day or week, month, etc., etc. You can write it here more. Time to time, all times, each and every time, every now and then means again and again. Fine. Many times, both are same. Each and every moment in the morning, afternoon, etc. Every morning, afternoon, etc. means evening also you can add on, or night. Regularly, repeatedly, frequently, always, mostly, usually, very often, most often, only often, and at times, sometimes, occasionally, once in a while, once in a blue moon, off and on. So remember this at times, sometimes. Sometimes means frequencies is less, here high frequency of coming or doing something. At times means sometimes, both are same. Occasionally means sometimes. Once in a while means sometimes. Once in a blue moon also sometimes, off and on also sometimes. So it's not a different way to learn the same thing in a different vocabulary is part of synonyms. Okay. Now focus here. So in whenever we want to speak English or write, we have to introduce this time expression. This is highly suggested. There are some negative time expression. Those who are preparing for competitive entrance, they should focus in this area. This area also plays a prominent role. Now you need to understand about it. So hardly, barely, rarely, scarcely, seldom, never, never, ever, ever, never. Okay. So now focus here how to use it. Subject plus negative time expression, NTE, negative time expression. Remember this line. Then V1 or V5 according to your subject. You have to take V5 or V1. Then object or complement. Not compulsory this part. Sometimes we need it to create and complete a sentence. Okay. Now focus. They rarely call police. This means they don't call police. This is the negative sense. Once you use it, you might have heard about a beautiful proverb. Barking dog seldom bites. Means doesn't bite. Okay. So now you don't hardly meet up. If you use negative auxiliary with this one, it's wrong English, right? Not grammatically correct. Scarcely he watches TV. If you use hardly, barely, rarely, seldom, never, ever, ever, never before subject, also sentence would be incorrect. No auxiliary helping verb, and it should not be before the subject or end of the subject, end of the sentence. Alright? So you have to use after the subject only. That is the only, these are the usage, that's why I have highlighted, and you have to give priority, and this is important area. Now one exercise, error corrections. I'm going to give you a task. You have already watched and understood my lesson, and right now it's time to do some exercise, and I want you to do this exercise. Alright? The exercise is this one. Nancy is a teacher. She get up at 5 a.m. daily. She sits for meditation for 5 minutes. After getting up every day, she freshens herself up at 5:30 a.m. Oh my god. Something is wrong here, right? Yes, this is a part of exercise 1, and here I have given you no error sentences, right? You have to find out errors and you have to correct it. So focus on B5 form and understand how this can be applicable for third person singular, for he, she, it. Alright? So find out the mistakes. Post this one. I'll share with you my number. You can catch me on WhatsApp, or you can post on the comment box. All answer will be solved, right? And I'll share with you the answer. But right now I'm not sharing with you answer because I want you to do exercise. You just pause this video and take a screenshot and start to write answer. Fine. Exercise 2. How you can utilize the best uses of simple present tense for habitual action and repeated action, regular action. And I have planned to maintain a series of simple present tense best note one by one with a note and exercises. So you can keep following. You can subscribe and tell many of your friends about these channels, and the channels is going to really help you to improve your communication skills, and also if you are preparing for competitive entrance, also it's going to give you the boost. Alright, now focus here. Write down your habitual actions from good morning to good night. Make a note and start to prepare. And what are your actions that you never do in life, right? So you can take the same structures, active voice. If passive is required, you can go by that. If not, then just leave it and focus on active structures and start to maintain a speech mode so that you can speak better. What do you do generally on your birthday? When do you get up? After getting up, what do you do? Right? So you can write step by step with the help of simple present tense, active voice, and then you will get ready to speak up. How do you celebrate your best festival every year? So there is a proposed of series action, so you can write step by step, and this may be your regular actions or any repeated action for every year, and you can focus on this exercise and you can make the speech note to speak about it. Another one, write a habitual action of your parents and speak out. Generally what happens, we can speak correct sentences with I, we, you, they, but when it comes to third person singular, he, she, it, we have to use V5 form in the positive sense. That's why most of people commit mistakes. Yes, I have noticed this one. That's why you need to take this challenge for third person singular. Alright. Fine. Last one is discuss the regular activities of your favorite animal. Yes, if you have any favorite animal, if you love it, and you are an animal lover, then focus on one of the animals, and there you start noticing, and you start to notice every activities. Good morning or good night, and try to speak in English. Right. So this was a small tutorial part of training you about simple present tense with the one usage. And I have promised I am going to give you many usage of simple present tense, then all tenses will be there. So you can keep following this video to get yourself educated. So once again, presented by Padar. My name is Padar. Alright, and I am giving you a big thanks that you have listened to me. This is mainstayabroad.com is my website, and you can visit. Yes. And if you want to get in touch, then I have shared my phone number 7008382228. And also I can speak Hindi and Odia and English. I know 3 languages. So help me out to grow these channels. Thank you. All the best. Have a nice time.